There are two very key appointments that we must look. One, a technical director to drive the overall vision of South African football. And two, of course, we must settle the question of the head coach or the coach of Bafana Bafana. As you all know, that Gordon Igesund is coming to the end of his term. There will be a review after the next match and then a final decision.
And I would imagine that
we have the pressure of time, of course. Bafana Bafana's qualification for Morocco 2015. And it's a very tight program. We played two matches in September the 5th and September the 10th. And then we play in October and two in November. So it's back-to-back fixtures. And therefore we must get the coach in place. We must get the team. And we are delighted with the fact that we could bring this team to give these youngsters the opportunity to play away from home against tough opposition in molding the team, because we're not going to have a chance again. The PSL season now is in recess. It will start in October, middle of October, and on the 5th of September we play Sudan away. So you can understand why this particular tour was so important for us. And you are quite correct in that we have to begin to focus to settle these issues, and as soon as Gordon is back, we will be able to make the announcement around these matters. Well, I'm sure those are the issues that the executive will think about, because either the current coach or a new coach must hit the ground running. We are in a tough group. We have Sudan, we have Nigeria, and then the fourth team can be anyone of Namibia, Congo, Brazzaville, or even Libya. So that fourth team also will not be easy. It's a very, very tough group. And over 2 weekends, the weekend of the 5th we play Sudan, the weekend of the 10th we play Nigeria at home. And therefore you cannot bring a coach who's got no understanding of the players and the strength of South African football, or has not even seen the team play. So it will have to be somebody who can, as you say, hit the ground running.
You've got any names?
No, I don't have names. We have a technical committee led by Natasha Chiklas. People like Lucas Kadeba, they are there. And they would make their recommendation to us. I'm sure they are already busy with evaluation, and we'll see what recommendations they would come up with. Look, the technical director is the person who must look overall and implement the vision for South African football. So it is, in most of the other countries, and FIFA has got involved in appointing technical directors on the African continent. And they would like also to know who are your technical directors or the person that you acknowledge. And in most of the African countries, they insist that the person must have a master's degree. We would look at those things, but it's clear it is somebody that can not just strengthen the theoretical understanding of where the game should be, but can assist in ensuring the implementation so that we can see progress in the kind of direction that we want to see. We now will have the recommendation from the disciplinary committee, and it's up to the NEC, to make the final decision. Is a different team from the one that arrived here to play against Australia. They left the country unsure of the kind of impact that they would make and the kind of team that they will constitute. I think after tonight's performance, they will go to New Zealand strengthened in their own belief that as a team they can compete against not the best teams in the world, but certainly a team that has qualified for the World Cup. And they've shown their ability. The goal that they scored and how it was created, not just that they scored the goal, but the way they constructed and created that goal is more important. And I was thinking back to the goal they scored against Spain, and how they created that goal and went right into the box. This is probably the most difficult thing for coaches to decide at what point do you cut and make a break from so-called tried and tested players and go for young, untested players. And I think many of the coaches in world football lost their jobs because they were hanging on to so-called tried and tested players for too long. And I think that has been one of the problems in South African football, that we take one step forward with young players, and then when so-called big matches come along, we retreat and bring the more experienced players. And it is very important to affirm the belief in the young players.